Hey loves, gonna go ahead and start this video with my eyebrows already done. I do have a tutorial on my YouTube channel. I'll be sure to list that down below in the description box. Once that is done, I'm gonna go in with the 16-Hour Camo Concealer by e.l.f. And I'm just gonna take a lighter shade in the shade Tan Sand to put across my entire eyelid space. You wanna go in with a concealer that's about maybe 2 to 3 shades lighter than you are, so that your eyeshadow will be very prominent and it will show up easily. I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm just going to blend that out. And then once I have that basically to my liking, I'm going to go in with a beauty sponge and I'm going to make sure that it is very flawless and seamless so that I can get ready to start the next step. And you just want to keep blending and blending to make sure that it doesn't crease or your eyeshadow will look great. The next step, I go in and I take the Airspun translucent powder, and basically I'm just setting the concealer that we just applied so that you don't have any creases. Next, I'm going to go in with the James Charles Morphe palette, and I'm going to use this pink shade in the bottom corner to apply to my cut crease area. I'm just going to dab or basically press this lightly in so that it can show up. And I started with one eye. Now I'm going to go ahead to the other eye and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Basically putting this pink shade into the crease area. And I'm basically just pressing it in. Not really doing a lot of blending at this point, but next, I'm going to go in with a shade directly beside the pink shade. It's like a light purple color. And I'm applying this over top of the pink directly in the center where the crease is. And once again, I'm just pressing it and I'm using a blending brush, blending it out just a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with that third shade beside it. It is a deeper purple color. And I am going to basically put that in my crease area. I'm going back into the pink that we originally started with, and I'm going to use it on the corner just to soften the edges just a little bit. Now I'm going back in with that dark purple that we use to deepen the crease to make it a little bit more darker. Now I'm taking a makeup wipe and I'm wiping off any of the excess product. And this next clip here, you're going to see me take in the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the same shade that we originally used in the color Tan Sand. And I'm going to use that to cut my crease. And the trick that I use, I like to put it on my eyelid. And then I like to open my eyes. And it'll automatically form the line where you want your cut crease to be. I struggle with this part, so I like to go very, very slow. And my advice to anyone who's starting to do cut creases or wanting to learn how to do the cut crease is to just basically take your time and go slow. I'm using the Morphe small concealer brush and I am going very slow, and I'm carving out the eye shape. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other eye. I place the 16-Hour Camo Concealer on the top of my eyelid and then I open my eyes very wide, so that it already cuts the crease out for me. And then I'm going to go in with that same brush. And I'm going to basically draw this half circle. And once again, go very slow if you have to. I have to go slow because I am not good at this, but I am trying. I'm trying to get better. And what I like to do now is just basically keep applying it. I want the concealer to be very noticeable so that I can apply any color shade on top of it and it'll pop out. So I'm going to keep going back and forth adding concealer to make the cut crease look basically to my liking. You can stop whenever you feel that your cut crease is the way that you like it. I'm just going to take a brush and I'm going to blend out the corners of the concealer so that they aren't so harsh. I'm going to take a makeup wipe and clean up any of the concealer that got onto my bottom of my face. And then I'm going to take that same Morphe brush that we've been using and I'm going to dip it into the Airspun translucent setting powder so that we can set the concealer for the cut crease to ensure that it doesn't has any creasing or it doesn't cakes. Then I'm going to go in with the James Morphe palette that we've been using with the white shade that's in there. And I'm just going to apply this white shade over the top of my entire eyelid. I'm basically just going to be patting this down over top of the concealer. You want it to be basically uniform throughout. You don't want a lot on one side and not a lot on the other side. So just keep going and blending and patting to make sure that it's smooth and very smooth. And basically you're going to see me going back and forth quite a few times. I just want to make sure that the pigment isn't patchy. I want the eyeshadow to be very uniform looking. And when I do to one eye, I like to go back and forth. And I don't know, I'm just very slow at doing cut creases. This makeup wipe is my best friend. Every time something falls out, I like to clean up as I go. And in this next clip, you're going to see me going back into that same eyeshadow palette. And I'm actually going to dip it into a light pink color. I'm going to place a little bit of that over top of my eyelids. I'm going to just keep pressing that white shade basically into my skin or on top of my eyelid. I'm just going to keep pressing it until I get the full coverage that I like. Like I said before, you want it to be a very smooth process. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with the NYX Glitter Glue. I am going to take that Morphe brush that we've been using, and I'm going to dip it into the glitter glue, and I'm going to apply that over top of the concealer, over top of the white eyeshadow that we just applied. And this glitter glue is going to be perfect for the eyeshadow pigment that we're getting ready to use in the next clip. And basically, you just want to take your time with this glitter glue. The same shape that you have, you want to just take that glue, that glitter glue, and you want to just press it into your skin in the exact same shape. Next, I'm going in with the NYX Glitter pigment. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll list that down below in the description box as well. And I'm just going to take basically a bunch of this, and I'm just going to keep applying this pigment to my eyeshadow. And the glitter glue is actually going to help this pigment stick so you don't have a bunch of fallout of glitter everywhere or pigment everywhere. It's basically like a iridescent color, white iridescent color. I'm not sure if the camera's really picking up on that, but it's a really pretty pigment. Now that I have that done, I'm actually going to go back into that same James Morphe palette. I'm going to go in with that pink shade that we've been originally using. I'm going to take that pink shade and I'm going to bring it into the middle of my eye or the cut crease. Basically where that half circle is ending, you want to bring that pink shade in and you want to blend it in towards the inner corner of your eyelid. I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. I'm just basically freestyling this eye makeup look for today. But I must say that it came out fairly nice. So basically, you're going to keep dipping the brush back and forth into the palette until you get the blend-in consistency that you like. And then that outer V, I like to take that dark purple that we've been using the entire time. And I'm just going to go in and place it in the outer corner of my V, basically your outer V. And you just want to blend that in. So it's going to be basically dark to light. So it's going to be that dark purple, the pink, and then the iridescent color. And basically, you're just going to keep blending, like blend, blend, blend. If you have to keep going back and forth into the pink, back and forth into the purple, just keep going. This is a very, very slow process, but please trust me on this. Like the final look is going to be amazing. Like I said, here's my best friend once again, these makeup wipes. I just like to keep cleaning up throughout the entire process. Next, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. glitter liner. It's in Sparkling Dust White. I'll also link that down below in the description box. And I'm going to take this glitter liner and I'm going to outline the cut crease. I know we only drew like a half circle, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just continue the cut crease out. Basically, this is going to be a wing. I've never done this before, so please don't come for me, but I am having fun. Now that I've done it to one eye, I'm going to go into the other eye. Basically, you're just outlining that cut crease that you drew, and you're going to wing it out like you would do a normal wing. This is actually a really pretty glitter. It's a glitter liner. It is really, really pretty. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but it looks really cute. And then if you mess up, just take the concealer brush that you use for your eyebrows or any kind of concealer brush and clean up. Basically, all I'm going to do is keep cleaning up and blending out the corners to make sure that everything is smooth. Now I'm just going to wipe off my lips and my face because now I'm getting ready to go in and start the actual foundation part. But before I actually go in with the foundation, I'm going to apply some lashes. I'm actually going to apply the glue to the lashes. And I like to let the glue sit for about maybe a minute to a minute and a half to ensure that it gets tacky so that my lashes just go on so easy. And now that I have the glue on the lashes are actually from my lash line. I'll link them down below as well. Next, I'm going to go in with foundation. I'm going to be using the Milani Concealing Perfect Foundation. It is in the shade 11A Nutmeg. This is probably one of the best drugstore foundations that I've used today. And it is amazing. They come in a lot of different shade ranges. The undertones are perfect, which is very rare in a drugstore foundation. And the coverage is amazing. Like, you really don't need a lot. You could probably just stop at this step if you wanted to, but I'm a little extra, so I'm going to go in actually with some concealer. But you could actually wear this foundation every day without anything. Like, look at the coverage. Like, it makes my skin look amazing. Basically, I'm just taking that beauty blender and I'm just blending out everything. And then we had already took the lashes out. It's been about a minute or so, so the lash glue is already basically becoming tacky. Well, I almost forgot to put the mascara on. Please do not forget to put your mascara on. I think this makes the falsies blend in better. And so now that the lash glue has been sitting for about a minute or so, it's getting tacky. So now I'm going to basically plop these lashes on. I suck at this. Well, I don't suck at putting lashes on, but every now and again, it takes me a little minute. There goes that makeup wipe again. It is my absolute best friend. Sometimes when I put my lashes on, my eyes tend to water. So a trick for that, you can take a Q-tip and you can apply it to your corner to catch the teardrop before it falls so that it doesn't mess up your makeup. Or in this case, I just took a makeup wipe to catch the tears so that it didn't ruin my foundation that I've already applied. And like I said, I'm a little slow at this, but trust me, I got them on. And now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Concealer. And it is in the shade Deep Olive. And I like to apply this basically under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, above my lips, and my chin. I like to let that sit for about a minute as well. I feel like concealer blends out easier and it has a thicker consistency if you let it sit. So basically I'm just taking the beauty blender and I'm just blending at this point. Now that that's done, I like to highlight my under eye just a little bit. I like my under eyes to be brighter. So I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Under Eye Concealer in the shade Warm Honey. Next, I'm getting ready to contour. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Concealer in the shade Rich Chocolate, I believe. And I basically like to apply that to the top of my forehead. I like to carve out my cheeks, the bridge of my nose, and at the bottom of my chin. And as soon as I put this on, I like to go ahead and blend this out. I do like to let my light highlight shade of concealer sit. It just blends out so much better after it sits. And now I'm just basically going in and blending everything out. Like, this is the process. Like, you have to blend like your life depends on it. Basically, you need to blend everything. Like, blend. And this may take a while. Now that I got that done, I like to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. It is in the shade Deep. I like to apply that underneath my eyes, on top of my lip, my forehead, the bottom of my chin. Basically, I like to apply this to any place that I apply the light concealer to. And basically, you're just going to blend this out. Then I'm going to go in with the Airspun translucent setting powder. And I like to apply this to carve out my cheekbones. Then I'm going to go in with the Morphe bronzer in the shade Trailblazer to carve out my nose, the top of my forehead. And I'm actually going to use it to carve out my cheeks. You're going to use this bronzer to put it anywhere that you put the darker color concealer. And then after that's set, you're going to go in and you're going to blend out the Airspun. Then I'm going to use the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. I like to drench my face in this. Basically, this will blend the makeup into your skin so that the makeup does not look like makeup. It will look like skin. So blend, blend, blend. And basically, after that, if I feel like I'm a little bit washed out, I'll go back in with that same Morphe Glamabronze to ensure that my face has a little bit of definition. And then I'm going to go in with the Black Radiance Gilded Glow Highlighting Powder. And I like to apply that to my cheeks and the top of my forehead. Basically, it gives me a little bit of definition. Then I like to take that makeup wipe and I like to clean off my lips. I'm going to go in with a dark brown lip liner. Basically, you're just going to line your lips like normal. Then I like to go in with a deeper color, dark brown. Kind of black, but not black because black is too harsh. But basically like a very dark brown. And I'm going to overline my lips just a little bit. And once I have that done, you're going to see me go back into that Morphe eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to take that pink color that we've used throughout the look. I'm going to apply that to my waterline. I feel like adding a color to your waterline, it just makes your eyeshadow pop. And then I like to take the black and I like to place the black in the corner. And I feel like it makes your eyes pop even more. And I went a little bit crazy on the lining of my lips. So I'm going to clean up with a concealer brush. And the lipsticks that I'm going to apply is going to be the NYX Liquid Lipstick in the shade Satin Ribbon. And next I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Halo palette. And it has a blush on one side and it has a highlighter on the other side. So I'm going to be using the pink shade in this palette. And I'm going to apply that to the top of my cheekbones. And then once I've done that, I'm going to go in with a highlighting brush and I'm going to apply that highlighter that's in the palette. I'm going to place it on the tip of my nose, in the center between my two eyes on my nose bone. And I'm also going to apply that same highlighter to my cheeks and my forehead and chin. You can skip this step, but me, once again, I like to be extra. So, but make sure you blend this highlight out so it isn't just sitting on your face. And I'm starting to feel myself, as you can tell. And I was like, really wasn't feeling that matte lip. I wanted to do a gloss lip, so I went in with the FENTY Cake Shake. And that's basically the finished look. I hope to see you in the next video. I hope you like it. And tell me what you think. See you soon.
Wake up like a boss and I be thinking Jesus fake is trying to get up in my circle. I don't really need them. We been saying we up next forever. Now we really mean it. We about that action, acting bad shit when you see us.